Water levels on the river Sava are expected to peak in the next few hours, prompting emergency workers in Serbia to prepare for a flood wave. Efforts have been made to protect the country's biggest power plant from the surge. The flooding is affecting countries right across the Balkan region, with 3 months' worth of rain having fallen in just a few days. The death toll is said to have risen to at least 44, with fears that it may well go higher as the waters recede and more bodies are discovered. On the Bosnia-Croatia border, stranded victims who are prepared to leave their homes are being picked up. Although the rain eased on Sunday there, the lack of power and drinking water is making life impossible. Almost 1/3 of Bosnia has been hit by the floods, with tales of a tsunami of water up to 3 meters deep sweeping into some villages. A massive relief programme is underway. Donations of clothes and food have been pouring into collection centres in most major towns. Evacuees, many shocked by having lost everything, are being housed in schools and community halls and are being cared for by thousands of volunteers.
Severe flooding has led to a state of emergency being declared in Austria, Serbia and Bosnia. In the town of Maglaj in central Bosnia, army helicopters rescued dozens of people stranded on the top floors of their homes. Amongst them, a baby airlifted to safety. In Savrake near Sarajevo, this was the devastation a landslide caused, caught on camera by a neighbour. In Serbia, at least 5 people have died after the equivalent of 4 months' rainfall fell in just one day. Hundreds have had to be rescued. Everything we have is flooded, destroyed. Water is in the house, all the appliances are underwater. This is a catastrophe. We've lost all our furniture, we have nowhere to sleep. In Lower Austria, several villages are cut off, with roads closed and houses flooded. Some drivers got caught in the floods, but were rescued by the fire brigade. More rain is forecast over the weekend, although it's expected to be less intense.
Well, it is going to be a long haul, that's for sure. So what does the region need right now? For that, we want to bring in Ognjen Pribicevic, the Serbian ambassador to the UK, joining us from our London bureau. And thanks so much, Mr. Ambassador. I mean, it just seems extraordinary, the damage equivalent to that done by the war. What is the pressing need at the moment?
At the moment, still government is coping to save the lives of the people. You know, this is the worst natural catastrophe ever in Serbia and the region. And at the moment, as the most urgent need is actually financial aid. This is the most needed, and apart from this, it's actually canned food, baby food, nappies, also different kind of equipment. We need to cope with such an amount of water, for example, different pipes which will bring out the water.
Yeah, and clean water too, obviously a real priority when you've got so much of the country. I think in Bosnia, a quarter of the population affected there. When it comes to things like water, you've got above average temperatures, you have standing dirty water. Disease must be a concern as well.
Yes, this is at the moment a big concern because we are going to have temperature around 30 next couple of days. So we need as well the fresh and clean water, but also we need equipment for personal hygiene and the chemicals need for the cleaning. You know, after water, once water will withdraw, there will be a need to make this area available for the people to come back. We have one town in Belgrade, very nearby Belgrade in Serbia, and now people cannot go into this town because of this danger.
When you talk about it, and one can only imagine, and it's going to be very hard to work out what the damage is, but the damage to infrastructure is going to be really critical to the recovery of the region, not just Serbia, but the region in general. And this terrible story that perhaps landmines from the war have been lifted up. The signs warning of landmine areas have been washed away. Some of the mines might be washed away. It seems an absolute mammoth task ahead.
Yes, yes. As I said, you know, this is the catastrophe we never experienced before. And actually the mines is just one part of the catastrophe. And some of these mines will come through rivers from the west from the west part of Balkan to the Serbia. But also you mentioned rightly the problem with the infrastructure, with the roads, bridges. A lot of bridges has been simply disappeared, destroyed, does not exist anymore. Roads as well, you can see the dreadful pictures in front of us. You know, so actually this would be the next task for the government and for the national community to help us to rebuild the country, actually to rebuild not only in Serbia but as well as in Bosnia and Herzegovina. In other parts of Western Balkan, it's bridges, roads, railways. We have to rebuild this and to make this place again available to people to come and to live.
Dr. Ognjen Pribicevic, the Serbian ambassador to the United Kingdom, our thoughts are with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me.